Hello ladies and gentlemen, in this video we are going to see about a ecological pyramid. Okay, what is meant by ecological pyramid? The ecological pyramid is nothing but it was a graphical representation. It was represented by means of a diagram of relationship between different living organisms. So it was a relationship between different living organisms at different trophic levels. So we have already seen what is meant by trophic levels. Okay, trophic level is nothing but a producer, primary consumer, secondary consumer, and tertiary or top consumer. So primary producer is nothing but a plants which produces the food. Okay, then primary consumers which rely on a plants for a feeding. Then primary consumers was eaten by a secondary consumers was eaten by a tertiary consumer. So this step by step level is known as a trophic level. We have already seen in the previous videos. Okay, so the relationship between one trophic, this is one trophic level, this is another trophic level, this is another trophic level, this is another trophic level. So the relationship between these trophic level is known as a ecological pyramid. So it was a graphical representation by means of a diagram. Okay, so basically there are three types of ecological pyramids. One is a pyramid of biomass. Biomass is nothing but a weight, total mass. Okay, second one is pyramid of numbers. Numbers is a number of a population strength. Numbers, how many individuals were there, it is known as a numbers. Third one is a pyramid of energy. We have already seen that one trophic levels to another trophic level, there will be a flow of energy whenever the organism feed on another organism, and this energy flow and this relationship of a energy flow by means of a graphical representation is known as a pyramid of energy. So these are all the three major classification of a types of ecological pyramids. We are going to see in a step by step. So first we are going to see about a pyramid of biomass. Okay, it shows amount of biomass present per unit area at each trophic level. So take for example, per unit area means that it may be a per square feet or per square meter or per square kilometer or per 1000 kilometer or per 10,000 kilometer. So if you consider any area, in that area the biomass of an organism at each trophic level and its relationship is what is known as a pyramid of biomass. So biomass is nothing but a total weight of an organism at one trophic level. So this pyramid of biomass was divided into two classifications. One is the upright biomass and then inverted pyramid of biomass. So first we can see about the upright pyramid of biomass. So this upright pyramid of biomass is an example for a forest or grassland ecosystem. So in a forest, the total biomass of a plants will be high. Okay, so plants is the primary producer here, and then herbivores. Herbivores is a which rely on plants for feeding. So herbivores such as a deer, goat, rabbit, its total biomass will be less than that of a plants. Then primary consumers which eats this deer, goat, and rabbit, etc. Okay, which is nothing but a jackal, fox, etc. some other organism also. So this weight will be lesser than that of this weight. Then top consumer, lion, tiger, its total biomass will be lesser than that of a primary carnivores. Okay, so this is an example for a forest or grassland ecosystem. Next one is the inverted pyramid of a biomass. So what is meant by inverted pyramid of biomass is that here the triangle will be like this, here the triangle will be inverted. Okay, So this is an example for a aquatic ecosystem. So this inverted biomass will be example for an aquatic ecosystem. In aquatic ecosystem, the primary producers were a phytoplanktons and the other algae. Its total biomass will be lesser than that of a small fishes. Okay, who is a primary consumers. Then the total biomass of these primary consumer will be lesser than that of a large fishes, which is nothing but a secondary consumer. So here the total biomass of a primary producer will be less, but here the total biomass of a primary producers will be high. Here the total biomass of a top or secondary consumers will be very high. Here the total biomass of a top consumer is less. This is for forest ecosystem. This is for aquatic ecosystem. So next one is a pyramid of numbers. So how many individuals and their relationship from one trophic level to another trophic level, and its graphical representation is known as a pyramid of numbers. So number of individuals per unit area. So per unit area it may be a per kilometer or per 10,000 kilometer or per 1,000 kilometer. Anything maybe you may consider. So number of individual per unit area of various trophic levels. So from a relationship between various trophic level depends upon the number of individual that presents per unit area. So it was again it was divided into two types. One is upright. So the triangle will be in an upright shape. So here at the bottom level it occupies a grass. So this is the example for a grass ecosystem. This is example for a grass ecosystem. So the number of a grass will be high because grass is small in size. So its number, there is a huge grasses that fills the small area. Take for example per square feet. In a per square feet there may be thousands of a grass. Thousand numbers of a grass can be in a per square feet. In a per kilometer there will be millions and trillions of a grasses will be there. Millions of a grasses will be there in a per square kilometer or per 10,000 square kilometer there will be a crores of a grasses will be there. So number of a grasses will be high. Next number of a grass will be high due to its reduced size, and when we go to the herbivores, which is the grass, goat, sheep and some other organisms, so and some other animals, its number will be less than that of a grass because its size is bigger than of a grass. Not only for that reason, for other reasons also, the number of a goats and sheep will be less than that of a grass. Then a top carnivores, lion, tigers, etc. Okay, this number will be less than that of a herbivores or primary consumers. Okay, in a ecosystem the number of a goats will always be higher than that of a number of a lions or tigers. This is the example for a grass ecosystem. Next one is the inverted. The shape of a triangle is inverted. Okay, so here the producer. So this inverter, this pyramid of number itself, may changes from one ecosystem to another ecosystem. It will not be a fixed one. In some forests, in some forests the number of primary producers will be very high. In some other forest or some other ecosystem, the number of primary producers will be less. So it is not a fixed one. It changes from one ecosystem to another ecosystem. So in this ecosystem, the number of a tree is less than that of a number of a birds, which is nothing but a primary consumer. Why? Because a tree is very large size. Okay, in a tree ecosystem there will be a very large size trees, so that its number will be less when compared to birds. Okay, even 100 of a birds live in a single tree in a tree ecosystem. So the number of a birds will be higher than that of a number of a tree in a tree ecosystem. Okay, some other tree ecosystem, it changes from one tree ecosystem to another tree ecosystem. It is not a fixed one, it may change also. Okay, so I'm just saying it for a example. So generally if you consider some tree ecosystem, the number of trees will be less than the of a number of birds that live on that ecosystem. Again, the number of birds will be less than that of a secondary consumers or parasites. Parasites is nothing but a which feed on dead organism. After the birds were dead, it body was eaten by the some bacteria, some fungi, so some other detrivores. So that is what is known as a parasite. So the parasite is very small number. Okay, even thousands of a parasite can eat a single dead body of a bird. Okay, so its number is very huge when compared to the bird. So this is what a pyramid of numbers. Next one is pyramid of energy. So as I already said, what is the energy is that whenever one animal or one organism eats another organism, the energy will also flow between them. So there is a energy of a there is an energy flow between the organism. So it is a graphical representation of a energy transfer from one trophic level to another trophic level between the species. Okay, always it is a upright, it will not be a inverted shape like this. The pyramid of energy never comes in a inverted shape, it always will be a upright shape only. Why? Because whenever the energy flow from producer, which is nothing but a plants, okay, to herbivores like goat, sheep, buffalo, anything maybe. Okay, whenever the energy is flow from this ecosystem to this ecosystem, energy loss will be there. Energy loss will be there due to the respiration and other activities. So energy loss will be there. Only 10% approximately only 10% of the energy flows from these producers to herbivores. Again, here also respiration will happen and then energy loss will happen. Then again only 10% from this will get flow to this top okay, carnivores. And again the 10% only flow to this top carnivores. Okay, so the pyramid of energy will always be in a upright shape only. It will be never in a inverted shape. Okay, so this is what is known as a concept of ecological pyramid. Okay, thank you.